Hello and welcome to Knobulus Maximus 2019. I am your tournament director, Nate Langer. Sitting next to me is Lori Merriman. Lori, how you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing swell.
That's great to hear. We are coming at you with round 2 FPO lead card. On the top of our card, we have Lori Merriman herself. And you got to help me with these last names here. What is Rachel's last name?
Wiegand.
And then we have Alanna Poole. And like I said, we are on the second round for Knobulus Maximus. We are playing the white tees?
White tees.
Yes. All right, so this is going to be the second round of the white tees for the FPO division. And here we have our scores from round 1. Alanna at 6 over, Rachel at 1 under, and Lori with a comfortable lead of 3 under. Actually, Lori, how do you feel about the lead going into round 2?
This is my home course, so I expect to play it well. My game's not the strongest, but my head game has been very well this year.
Well, that is great to hear. We are going to be starting on hole 17, which is a 200-ish foot downhill hole to a little bit of a peninsula-ish green almost with the way the hill slopes. You're just going to want to park it pretty much as you hear.
Basically.
Yeah. Got the sweet sounds of yacht rock in the background, which is my personal favorite Pandora station. I would recommend everyone check it out. But here we have Rachel throwing a nice hyzer out there, maybe coming in a little high, a little short. Skips just outside the circle. Any idea what Alanna's throwing here?
No. Probably a leopard.
Looks to be a good shot. Pushing down towards the basket. Ooh! Hard to see where that stopped, but I would imagine it's got to be pretty close.
Yeah, I think it's just past.
There you have Rachel laying up for a very easy 3 on this first hole, which is a respectable score if you go anywhere really past the basket.
Smart decision on Rachel's end.
Yeah. Looks like Alanna just went a little long. Hopefully she can connect on this putt. Oh, great putt from Alanna right there.
Yeah, great putt.
It's a good way to start right there. This is kind of the tournament central area, so to make a good putt right here on this hole definitely will boost your spirits going into 18. You see you tapping out for 2 and Rachel for the easy 3. So you grow your lead to 3 strokes as Rachel tells us she'll be here all day, which is great to hear that our FPO players are enjoying the course. But we are on to hole 18, which is playing into the C position actually. So just around that 475 distance. It is a par 4, and also shout out to Delwood Disc Golf for sponsoring this hole. What are you throwing there, Alanna?
Lori.
Oh, Lori. Oh, no.
And that was probably a sidewinder. I think this early to the game, I figured keep it in bounds.
Oh, I can't believe I just did
I'm
that.
getting confused just watching myself and hearing our conversation.
Yeah, it's a little bit different when
decipher between then and now.
Definitely some first hole jitters or second hole jitters there for our commentators, but
I'm just keeping quiet, let you do all the mess ups.
Hopefully we don't see any mess ups from Rachel here. She looks to play this big Anheuser flex.
Shot.
It's a great shot. Great commitment there. So the entire left side of this fairway is a road, and it does play OB, so to test that OB the entire way in often a swirly wind is a very impressive shot to throw right there. Here we have the real Alanna lining up her second.
Nice controlled shot.
Yep. About halfway in between the A and the B position. That's a great spot to land to set up for a very easy par. Going with also what looks to be a controlled shot. Throwing standstill maybe. Who knows?
Who knows?
That looks to be a little bit wide. Didn't quite
fade enough for me.
Yeah. Had the distance, just not the shape. And we have Rachel, maybe seeing an opportunity to gain a stroke. Going with an Anheuser again. Looks to be flexing down the hill. Maybe got a skip there. Probably right outside the circle for her. What are you thinking here? Are you running this?
No way.
No way? Not a chance?
Yep.
That's a great upshot, though. Imagine Elena's doing the same. Ooh, and looks to be just a little bit closer. Looks like Rachel does just have that outside of the circle, maybe right on the edge of it, putt. See if she can connect here. Oh, and right off the top. At least she committed to it.
She did commit.
No harm, no foul really there, as long as she can make this little comebacker. And that's a good committed putt out of Rachel. As we see a nice little par frame. Is going to bring us into hole 1. It is playing to the A position at 240 feet. Pretty much just going to want to throw straightest disc you have. Maybe we'll see Rachel take another little flex again there. That looks to be nice. Just fading right back to the basket, right inside the circle. It's a good shot.
Beat up sidewinder.
I would imagine Elena's looking to throw a very similar line here. Maybe with a little bit more Anheuser on the release. Didn't quite get the full flight out of it though. Looks like Rachel's also taking a controlled driver here. Trying for that high Anheuser, just not getting the full commitment out of it. Might lead to a tricky upshot. Looks like she has this little hyzer chip to the basket here. Ooh, it's got to sneak through those trees, and it goes right past them. Nice to see a little luck going in her favor on hole 1. Here we have Alanna for 2. Might be giving this one a bid. And just a little high left maybe for her. Should be a very easy 3 though. And oh wow, you got all the way up there, huh? Nice. Very nice there. What'd you say that was?
What?
You're the disc you threw.
Oh, very beat up sidewinder.
Yeah, beat up sidewinder.
Yeah.
It's a great shot for that hole. As we see a little juke out there from Alanna. It's good to see you guys are in good spirits going into this second round. Now I know that you've obviously played with Alanna a lot, but have you had the chance to play with Rachel much recently?
Not a whole lot this year. We played earlier out in Ohio, but I have played more with her than other females.
It's very nice as we see you throwing, ooh, just into an early tree on your tee shot on hole 2. It's playing about 250 downhill. There is 1 or 2 different gaps that you can take, but basically you're just going to want to crest the hill, and if you hit a tree, hope to stop near the basket. See Alanna throwing a nice forehand here, just trickling up right of the A position. Should make for an easy pitch up to the basket for 3. I would imagine Rachel is looking at maybe a mid-range here. Going with the Anheuser. Just hyzering out at the end. It should also be a very easy 3 for her. So we see you guys walking to the basket now. You are 4 strokes up at this point. Is any of that coming into your head right now? Are you thinking about that, or are you just trying to enjoy some of the foliage out here at Knob Hill?
Yeah, just playing knob like I know I can.
Ooh, just another tree again. Looks to have dropped you 25 from the basket. Makeable putt. You see Alanna hoping to avoid the trees. Oh, it's an earlier one, unfortunately. Hopefully Rachel can be the only one to stay clean here on these upshots. It doesn't look like there's too many in front of her, but I know there's at least a few branches in her way initially. Oh, maybe giving it a little bit more of a bid than I thought too. It was a great effort. Bit of a tester putt here, but it is downhill. Ooh, and that's a good commitment from you right there. Maintaining that 4-stroke lead. Alanna hoping to do the same here. Oh, just off the top band. Not a sound you want to hear early in the round, especially for par. We have Rachel cleaning up an easy 3 there. And Alanna tapping out her 4. Bringing us into hole 3. As Alanna has some nice comments for her putting. But that'll bring us into hole 3, which I believe is playing in the B position at 310 feet. And what's the pro play here?
Straight shot, stay in the fairway.
Yeah, it's another one of those Knob Hill holes that you basically just want to miss all the trees. This is a bit of a tighter tunnel than you've experienced on the past few holes, so let's see how your accuracy is here. And that is a great shot. We'll finish up probably like 75 feet short of the basket, but that's a great spot to get a very easy 3 out of, maybe even a 2. Rachel hoping to do the same here. Little bit more inside though. Not the worst kick though. If you hit something here, ending up right is much better than ending up left. Definitely one of the spots where the term bumble derived from the left-hand side of the fairway, as it is a little bit soupy, a lot of thorns, and we see Alanna avoiding most of the trees, getting through the initial gap, staying out of the bumble. Rachel throwing a forehand. This would be like a zone type disc maybe. And she says horribly, but it trickles up right to circle's edge, and that should make for a 3 for her. Alanna throwing maybe a fairway driver here. Just looking to get up and down.
That was a good shot.
Yeah, that's a great shot. Are you thinking about running this?
Oh yeah.
You are? I like to see it. We have a little preview of the bumble. Now if you can just imagine that virtually everywhere, that is probably about 20 feet behind you. Be a great putt to hit right here.
I think I nipped it.
Just a little bit of metal maybe. I don't know. Looked a little short left to me, but I wasn't there, so I'll give you credit.
I think I hit it the first round. I can't remember.
Well, hitting it at least once is good.
Yeah.
It's very easy to take a 4 here. If you hit
Or
one of the
higher.
early trees, yeah, or higher, or higher. Even from the white tees. It is a tight gap that is very punishing if you kick hard early. But You see everyone else making easy work here. Rachel with the unfortunate 4, I believe, but that is playing as a par 4 today. Kind of one of those tweener ones in the B position. But now we are on to a true par 5 in hole 4. We are playing to the B position at 558 feet here. Lena, what do you like to do? Oh my god, I did it again.
So,
Rory, what do you like to do?
Well, this was my first time playing this hole in a tournament layout. Since I was injured last year, I did not play any events there. So it's new to me. A few casual rounds. I like to stay right. Pretty far right for the lane, but you can see I did not make it up there.
That's not that bad of a spot, though. You can probably stretch out and pitch an easy either forehand or maybe a hyzer backhand up there and saw off another 100, 200 feet. The big trouble is if you go too far to the left after that initial gap, it gets really tight as you encroach onto hole 5's fairway. Or if you go super left early, which is kind of hard to do, but I've definitely done it myself, even playing the white tees, so definitely not impossible. As we see,
there's that too far right we were talking about.
But it's really hard to get like over that wood pile right.
Yeah.
There have been a lot of man hours out here on the course, and we've been graced with the help of a lot of people from our community that have helped clear this hole out in years, in the recent year or two since it was installed. And maybe that helped Rachel out. But unfortunately, did not help Alanna. See what I mean? That's not too bad. If she does go maybe 20 feet further right than from where she landed, it would have been a lot more troublesome. But she does have, she could probably see the basket from here. I don't think she could get to it.
Cody, can you shut the hell up?
As she tells her boyfriend to be quiet on the tee ahead of her. You know, if you were to get distracted by anyone, that's probably one of the better people. Although, I'm sure he heard about that later. But now she's got evidence. An unfortunate release there for Alanna, but she is still in the fairway. I believe this is your second shot, right?
Yeah.
Throwing 2 here.
Yeah.
Are you thinking attack the 3 maybe, or are you just trying to get up there?
I'm just, trying to get up there, walk away with a 5.
Mm-hmm. It's a great score here.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these shots kind of can turn out to be poke and praise once you get up this hill. If you get a little bit off the tunnel, it is hard to get back to it. That's a pretty smart play too. Just taking it wide right does lead to a very easy up and down once you get pinned high. I wish I knew to do that more, but often get way too greedy. Rachel throwing 4, I believe. Nice committed anhyzer. Maybe burnt out a little bit early, but that should leave her pretty easy up and down there. Are you lining up this immediate tunnel right here?
I think I was, trying to get up there for my birdie.
Yeah.
But I don't think it worked out.
It looks like you might have changed your mind on the gap here, which I'm honestly just, you went back to the first gap, and it almost worked out for you too.
Little kick down the hill.
Yeah. We have Alanna. A patent pending here. Looks to be just tossing a hyzer up to the basket. Ooh, and that is a great shot right there. You get a lot farther than I thought, though.
Yeah.
Make for a very easy up. Maybe even move your competitor's discs a little bit further back. It's a good mental game to play. I like that strategy. Rachel.
I think she got that, yeah.
That is a crazy putt for 4, I believe.
Birdie, yeah.
Wow, so I was mistaken earlier when I said she was throwing 4.
Yeah, I'm not mad.
That is a great putt. So we see you tapping in for a 5 there, and Alanna for the unfortunate bogey, bringing us into hole 5, which is in the C position at 246 feet. It is one of the newest holes to Knob Hill, and it is a tight downhill tunnel to a little bit of a raised green. It drops off very quickly behind it, so you're going to want to, if you miss long, and just pray you don't hit a tree early. But there are a few gaps. They might be hard to see on camera, but they're there. What are you throwing here?
Heiser putter shot. Try and float it right down to the basket.
Unfortunately, it floats right out of your hand into that tree. But you have a 3-stroke lead at this point, so not that bad. I've seen worse.
I went through those last few holes with little mess ups, so I think I was due for one.
Yeah. You definitely feel good when you make it through the first 4 holes without any mistakes. They're all birdieable, and most people, if you play this course enough, know that you can birdie every hole, but it is just hard once you get off the fairway to fight through all of them. And that is a fantastic recovery shot.
I introduced that rat into my bag, and it's been flying pretty true.
Everyone check out the rat, which is an Innova Champion disc.
You'll see it thrown quite a bit on this round.
Rachel with the smart layup there.
Play.
Should make for an easy 3. Big putt here. Oh, smart layup. And there is a great par save from you. I don't know if I would have been able to do the same if I was in that position. So that's great to see.
I mean, I could totally do that shot again, and
yeah,
time after time.
All right. We might have to put some money on that. But let's go to hole 6 first. It's playing, I think C is correct. 314 feet. It is a dogleg right. The pro play is usually a big Anheuser, which looks like we're going to see at a Rachel, or just a forehand hyzer. It's definitely playing as one of those 2-shot par 3s. And hopefully that doesn't cut roll too far away. Oh man, that just took off. Wow, that was a crazy reaction off the ground, off not that much of a mistake from Rachel. You looking to throw the same shot here? Just hopefully no cut roll, or are you going maybe with a roller?
No, I'm going with the hopefully no cut roll.
Alright, let's see. Looks to be maybe chancing those initial trees, but
it gets up
fading
there.
out, and that is further than my forehand has been like the last 2 or 3 times I've played this hole. That was great. What did you throw there?
That would be the wombat.
Oh.
It made its way back into my bag, and been relying on it for those turnover shots.
It's nice as we see a nice forehand out of Alanna there. Rachel, I honestly still don't know, even after watching it, how she managed to get over here off where her shot landed. But asking for it to not hit the trees.
Listen so well.
And she has great verbal command over her plastic, ladies and gentlemen. That's magical. We have Alanna threading the needle there. I'm almost like hesitant every time I say a name now.
Well, at least you're saying Alanna properly.
Yeah.
We travel a lot, and people like to call her Alanna. And I just want to like yell at them. It's not her name.
Honestly, never even thought about that. Hopefully I don't do that now that you've planted that seed in my head. I believe that was a tap-in 3 for you there, right?
Yes.
3 is a great score to see here on this hole. It's not that far, but it is very easy to hit one of those trees that's about 60 feet in front of the basket. And then you have the fear of doing the same thing again, so you often leave the putt a little bit short. But that'll bring us into hole 7 in the B position today, 273 feet. It is a downhill hyzer that, well, you can either throw the hyzer or a bit of a flex, maybe a forehand here. Looks like we're seeing maybe a putter or mid out of Rachel. going with that flex, but clipping one of the first branches. Kept on fighting though. What are you throwing here?
I'm not sure.
Well, we will find out.
Looks like an R Pro AVR.
Looks to be a little bit turned over. I'm hoping you were going for the Anheuser route. Hard to say, but this is definitely a bit of the safer play. It's throwing this forehand here. See the gap the entire time. There was a tree taken out of it recently, the gap that is. And it allows you to hug it a little bit more inside as we see some really grabby grass there. Kind of surprised to see that reaction again. Ooh.
Oh.
So we see an early tree hit there from you, and here's some kind remarks after your shot. But that looks to be a great upshot. Skips right up to the basket and stops the bleed. Alanna looking to probably lay this up, I would imagine, but she's taking her time with it. And that is hopefully a good upshot. It might have hit a little late there. It does drop off really quickly behind the basket, so we'll have to see where that landed. Rachel with the little step putt. And that just trickled over the hill. Definitely one of those hard holes to gauge where you want to hit to land about where you did, as it looks like everyone managed to throw a good upshot there. Unfortunately, yours was for 4, though.
It was painful.
Mm-hmm. So we hear some talk of beans, maybe, perhaps?
Beans.
Now, is that in reference to the CTP prizes that we were giving out, maybe?
That must have been.
I don't know where it came from, but we now have a tradition that I give cans of beans out as our CTPs. There are a bunch of other goodies in there. They're not all just beans, but we're definitely happy with a lot of beans. But that is going to wrap up our front 9. I believe you have a 3-stroke or 2-stroke lead now over Rachel. Alanna is just a little bit off pace, but we do have some very hard holes coming up in holes 8 and 9. 10 can always be challenging. In the back 9, we definitely see a lot of scoring separation on as we move into some of the more technical par 4s on the course. But Lori, thanks for joining me. Sorry for calling you the wrong name twice. It'll probably happen again soon, but if you want to find out whether or not I can memorize the person's name sitting next to me, check out round 2 coverage, round 2 part 2 coverage on Disc Golf Examiner. Thanks.